I awaken to a slow, rhythmic rocking. A fig leaf gently falls into my chest. Birds are singing, and there's a sound of a steady galloping beneath me. I pick up the leaf, rubbing my eyes with the back of my other hand. Princess, we've arrived. I rub my eyes again, sitting upright to take in my surroundings. By the way that Monica called out for us to be the special someone. I feel like maybe she's not into him. Or maybe she realized that he is not into her because she realized that he'd forgotten about her, and if this soulmate thing might be important, that she probably isn't a soulmate or something. I rub my eyes again, sitting upright to take in my surroundings. I'm in a small forest clearing. I must have fallen asleep on horseback, leaning against. I push away from the young knight, Max, almost throwing myself off the horse. Quickly he grips my arm to stop me from falling. Are you alright, my lady? I shake his hand off, dismounting on my own with some effort. I am perfectly fine. His brows remain furrowed. At ease, knight. A questioning look. Maybe I didn't say that right. I glance away, anxiously raking my hands through my hair. Raking. Why have we stopped here? Finally he seems to relax, swinging off the horse and leading her to a nearby tree. Because it's safe and out of the way. Where did you expect me to take you? He ties the horse reins to the trunk, preparing a bucket of water for her. Despite the fact that he isn't doing anything, I'm getting very annoyed. To the next kingdom over! We need to gather reinforcements. Or did you forget that our city is currently under siege? He starts shaking his head before I've even finished speaking. The next kingdom over is the next target over. The road will already be overrun with orcs. I'd be putting you right in harm's way. I almost scoff at this statement. I don't care about a few overgrown pigs. My father needs reinforcements, and we're the only people who can get them. The knight suddenly straightens, striding over to stare down at me. His gaze is a little intimidating, but I feel him with the glue of my own. Sorry. The king gave me strict orders to keep you safe. I intend to follow them. I square my shoulders. Backing down now would be admitting defeat. Hero would have gone. Which is exactly why he wasn't chosen to protect you. I was. Time to accept that, princess. He returns to his horse, returning his back to me. Be honest, do you think my dad can win with what he has? No. That's why His Majesty wanted you out of the castle so badly. He knows he can win. It's only a matter of time until the city is taken. Then we need to help him! You're a knight, aren't you? Don't you have a duty to your kingdom? Listen, my name is Yuri. Yuri. Even if the other kingdom did agree to send troops over, we have no way of getting there in the first place. Every possible route will get us killed before we get there. What about the mountains? Infested by goblins, they've blocked off any path we could have taken. Brave as you are, even you can fight off an entire horde to clear the way. Despite his protests, an idea is starting to form in my mind. What if we don't have to fight them? Oh, you mean what I intend to do? As Crown Princess, I command you to shut up for a minute. He folds his arms. He does as he's told, but reluctantly choosing to glare at me as I speak. Alright, we know the orcs and the goblins are sworn enemies, right? He nods. But they do have a new truce, and due to this, they have an agreement to not infringe on each other's territories. Max seems to be following my train of thought. Suddenly gets a very hopeful look on his face as he seems to figure out my idea. Then deflates as he realizes he still can't speak. Let me finish. There's a huge bounty on my head. Those orcs desperately want the royal family killed. If he gets a sizable platoon of orcs chasing us down, we can lead them into the goblin territory. Boom! They are fighting each other, and we get to slip past safely. What do you think? Max stares at me. Permission to speak again. Oh, you want my opinion now? Just tell me. He adopts a thoughtful expression, formulating the right questions, I assume. How do you know the goblins won't just attack us too? I imagine they'll be a bit preoccupied with the massive orc legion at their front door. Yes, a few goblins may trickle after us, but if you're as skilled a rider as they say, you should be able to outrun them. The orcs could shoot us with arrows as we're fleeing. You have a tower shield. We could use it for once. Max still has a doubtful look about him. But that doesn't make sense. What doesn't? You said that this was a romantic fantasy. I thought that meant the knight and princess would get together by the end, and I'm not really seeing it. Don't you? They're fighting like an old married couple. Yeah, but their moral values are totally different. Patience, Max. I do admit the romance feels a bit forced at times, but it's a sweet story overall. I don't know. I just don't see them getting along. The knight doesn't even like her. I doubt he'd stick around without his promise to the king. The king. Which means there's plenty of room for the relationship to develop. It's true, at this time they don't like each other very much, but that just makes things more compelling. The setup makes you wonder, what lengths will the knight go to protect her, even if he doesn't like her? How can the princess learn to trust him, even when she's surrounded by potential traitors? At one point later on, she suspects everyone in town is looking to turn her in for a bounty. It becomes a romance in the face of adversity. I think that's the most beautiful kind. Max watches me with his cheek popped in his hand. He doesn't say anything. Sorry. Don't apologize, you did nothing wrong. Besides, what did I tell you about stopping just as things get interesting? That it's annoying. Exactly. Max returns his attention to the book, but my gaze remains fixed on him and how close we're getting. Both of our developing bond and our physical proximity. It's a bit difficult to share the book between us since Max is so tall. We've had to bunch ourselves right next to each other. He's placed his arm over the side of my seat, trying to give me more space. Occasionally his hand brushes over the tips of my hair. It doesn't happen often, but it's enough to distract me every few minutes. And I'm finding more and more distractions with each passing moment. I'm enamored with the strands of his hair, and the way they sway with each of his slow, steady breaths. The way his eyes flit over each word of the story, even though his expression remains impassive as always. It's hard to tell if he's enjoying the book. His eyes almost betray small hints of his true thoughts, but he's so hard to read. His deep gaze suddenly cuts to mine. His eyes are an unvarying, startling turquoise blue. It feels like he's staring straight through me. I quickly draw my gaze to the pages, trying to act natural, but he's still looking at me. Sorry, I'm a little unfocused today. That's alright. I was just wondering if you're ready. Ready for what? To turn the page? I am! I forgot that I tend to read things pretty quickly. I may need to slow down now that I'm reading with him. Or why don't you just turn the page whenever you're finished? I'll catch up. You sure? Positive. I tend to read fairly quickly. Besides, even if I do miss anything, I already know how the story goes, so... If you say so. I flash him a grin, turning back to the book. Almost done, he's flipped already. Max, noticing my surprise, starts turning the page back. No, it's alright, Max, I was done. Are you sure? You look surprised. It's just... You're the first person who's been able to keep up with me. Natsuki suddenly stomps into the club room, shutting the door with some force. I was so caught up in the story that I hadn't noticed her leave the room. Welcome back, Natsuki! She seems to be in a pretty bad mood. Did something happen to her? Yeah, thanks, I guess. Then turns towards Max. Headmaster wants to see you. Said it was urgent. Max's expression darkens. I'm sure it is. Hold the page, Yuri. This won't take long. His chair slides back with a metal creak, and as he stands, heading out without a second glance. What was that about? Not sure. He was fine a while ago. He's probably in trouble or something. What would he be in trouble for? Wait, you guys haven't heard? Heard what? Max got into a fight yesterday. Ha! I was right! Wait, what? He got in a fight? Well, maybe calling it a fight is a stretch. It was pretty one-sided. Whoa, good for Edgelord. You guys really didn't hear? Everyone's been talking about it. I heard. I just hoped it wasn't true. Sayori's tone is slightly unsettling. She stares at the floor, despondent, almost like somebody died. Sayori? Both Natsuki and Monika seem troubled by it, the two of them staring at her with very surprised expressions. Oh! I guess I zoned out for a bit there. Are you okay? You seemed upset. I'm fine. Sayori waves her friends off with a bright smile. Despite her cheerful posturing, she seems a bit cagey. I can't imagine it's helpful if we all keep pressing her for answers. Straightening a book on the table, pretending to read as I listen in. I'm not convinced. You don't sound fine. Oh well, it's really nothing. Are you for real, Sayori? Do you not trust us or something? My lip twitches. Can Natsuki tell that Sayori is getting uncomfortable? Why is she making this about herself? She clearly doesn't want to talk about it. Sayori, I'm sorry. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. And Monika is guilt-tripping her. Typical. As far as I'm concerned, she just said something and might back off now. No, I do trust you guys. Just... Max got into a lot of fights when he was younger. But he promised his mother he wouldn't fight anymore. Not with anyone. Not over anything. He seemed pretty hell-bent on that promise. Where are you going with this, Sayori? Sayori hesitates, her voice sinking with a sigh. Well, Max must have been fighting for something really important. I can almost feel the bright red blush on my face. Do I really mean that much to Max? I mean, maybe that's not much. Maybe that's not it. He was telling me how much he hated bullies like Nick and them. But still, it'd be nice if... You're right there, Yuri! Fine! The others don't seem convinced. I hoisted my book, burying my face in its pages. For that reason, Natsuki so removed from earlier returns. Don't even bother, Monika. You're just gonna be hunky-dory as long as that Edgel keeps giving her attention. She just gets fucking emo whenever he's gone. I live on my book. Something about what she said. I'm not sure what it is exactly. But there's something nestled in Natsuki's words. Something that stings and twists like a poisoned barb. My blood is boiling. The knife stuffed into my coat, suddenly feeling very sharp against my skin. It could be fun to watch her squirm. It wouldn't even take much. Just a little threat. Just enough to make that brat shut her mouth for once. I reached my hand into... Yuri? You had that scary look on again. Sorry, Yuri. Just a really intense part of my book. A wild bit. Is it the part where the dashing knight Max gives you a kiss? Then you ride off into the sunset together and have a million mysterious, edgy babies. Who knows? Maybe getting laid would knock some sense into you. Natsuki, that's a little... I push my desk aside with a creak, closing the distance between myself and Natsuki. Yuri, can we just silence? Stopping just in front of Natsuki, I glared down at her. You were saying... Yuri, I was just teasing. That's so funny, Natsuki. It didn't sound like teasing to me. Well, you can blame me, can you? Jeez, you never shut up about the guy. It's always Max, always Max this, Max that, or I wonder what Max doing. So what if it got under my skin a little? There are other people here, Yuri. People like your friends. My friends. I see. You mean the friend who likes to joke about my insecurities for fun? Yuri, calm down. You're being a little unreasonable. I'm being unreasonable? Yeah, I really was just joking. I didn't mean anything by it. Don't you dare feed me that bullshit! Natsuki squeaks as I slam my open palm against the desk. The club flinches, but I have no intention of stopping. I'm so tired of waiting for someone to stand up for me. Natsuki's had this coming for a long time. I feel like Max would be angry with you since he actually doesn't believe that much that violence is the answer. It's just what he's been taught, so he kind of uses it when he feels the situation calls for it, when it means something to him. The headmaster should be the only staff member around this late after school. I pass past the front desk, silently moving into the main office. The headmaster sits with his back turned to me, staring out the window. I lean against the shadowy back wall of the room and wait for him to turn around. Dear God, boy! Would it have killed you to knock? Might have. You wanted to see me? Well, yes, I did. That must have busies his hands with the stacks of papers on his desk. I'm sure you're familiar with a classmate of yours, Nicholas. You may know him as Nick. I'm aware he exists. Yes, well, he accused you of assaulting him. Unprovoked, might I add. He had to go to the hospital last night, where he had no serious injuries. There are some painful-looking bruises on his arm and neck. So I just bruised him. I should have applied more pressure. Why did you call me here? This catches him off guard. Well, to punish you for your infractions, of course. I raised an eyebrow, amused. A lot of students would have a field day with a line like that. My infractions? What infractions exactly? A wry smile stretches across the headmaster's face. No need to play dumb, Max. You had many witnesses yesterday. He places an old school tablet between us, tapping the screen. A video begins to play. Oh crap, the new kid looks mad. Wait, what's he doing? Yo shit, did he just break his arm? The video jacks around as more students start screaming. It ends with some blurry, shaky footage of the ground. I admit the filmography is a far cry from Citizen Kane, but its contents are telling enough. This video has made you the talk of the school, as I understand. Pretty convenient for the video to stop there. It leaves out that what Nick was doing beforehand, makes him look like a victim. Whatever he did beforehand, he is a victim to assault. It doesn't change the fact that you attacked him, Max. If this had happened outside school gates, the police would be involved. Good. They'd probably have more sense than you, at least. Should I add insulting the headmaster to your ever-growing list of infractions? Should I care? All this talk, and yet you still haven't told me what you actually intend to do about it. Nothing yet. Normally, an act like this would lead to suspension. But because you've only moved here recently, suspension would set you irreparably behind on your schoolwork. But you're not out of the woods, Max. I've spoken with the faculty, and a repeated offense means expulsion will be in order. Expulsion? Expelling a student will reflect badly on the school as well as me. They're taking this more seriously than I expected. Not that it matters. Expulsion is serious. You think my father would stand for that? The headmaster's chair creaks as he leans back, clasping his hands together. Actually, he is the one who suggested it. What? We contacted him a few hours ago. He'd like a word with you. My blood starts boiling. The headmaster simply sits back, a smug look on his face. Shall I call him now? I forcefully set my hand onto the table, shocking the headmaster as I glare into his eyes. You tell my father, if he wishes to speak with me, he can get off his own lazy ass and come here himself. I storm out of the room, slamming the door behind me. The bastard! Of course he made them jump right to expulsion. Why am I even surprised? He dragged me back, kicking and screaming. No matter how hard I tried to get away, he's just going to claw his way back into my life. Why can't he just leave me the hell alone? Just shut up! The sudden yell jerks me out of my thoughts. It's coming from the clubroom. It's definitely Natsuki's voice. The words are hard to make out from here, but it sounds like she's arguing with someone. Expecting the worst, I rush over and quickly into the room. Shut up! Yuri rushes past me, covering her face in her hands. Natsuki falls limply back to her knees, choking back tears. Slowly she starts crying, and the girls run over to comfort her. I'm sorry. God, why do I always do this? I'm such a fucking idiot. It's okay, Natsuki. It's not your fault. I don't have time to figure out what happened. I just know Yuri is crying alone somewhere. I turn away, leaving the room to look for Yuri. It's probably for the best, since each and every one of them should have someone. It doesn't take long. I hear her sobbing around the corner. I try to approach her gently, not wanting to scare her off. Yuri's sleeves are red with tears. She keeps wiping her eyes and hiccuping, but she can't seem to stop crying. Her lips tremble as she keeps trying to suppress her sobs in vain, small tears dropping from her eyes, splashing against her clothes. It feels wrong to admit, but she looks beautiful like this. Ah! I hate that the thought even crossed my mind. It's okay. Sometimes thoughts cross your mind, but even you know that it's wrong, so it's okay. At the very least, you know that you shouldn't you can still view a beautiful person as beautiful as they're crying, but it feels kind of weird to just say she's beautiful like this now, where she's broken in tears on the floor in the corner. I hate this. I stand up for a few seconds before sitting on the wall next to her. She leans back against the wall, taking a few deep breaths before she's startled at the sight of me. Max! I tried to think of something comforting to say. Hey, I really don't want to talk right now. Good, I hate talking. Then why? What kind of friend would I be if I left you here to cry on your own? Max, I don't. It's all right. You don't need to say anything until you're ready. Thank you. Yuri quietly lowers her head again as I stare at the wall in front of me. How did my life lead me here? This time last week, I was in my father's twisted training regime. Been prepared for something. Now I'm here, comforting a crying girl I hardly know. No matter how long I live through it, life still surprises me. Suppose this won't be the last time either. Yeah, you're still a teenager in school, so yeah, probably not. Max? Yes, Yuri? Can you be honest with me? I don't like where this is going. About? Yuri scrunches up her face, attempting to force her tears back. When she opens her eyes, she hits me with a look I've never seen from her before. Be honest. What do you think of me? Really? You could have asked anything in the world, and that's what you want to know? You're avoiding the question. The question is here. I'm avoiding the answer. Please, Max, please. Yuri drops her gaze, her voice wavering. Please, I need to know. She had the more empty eyes when it was with the expression that he's never seen before. The slightly wider eyes. Not fully psycho big eyes, but the already pretty motionless one. emotionless. I think it sounded more like motionless. If not, then you heard it twice. Let me ask you something, Yuri. What do you think of yourself? That I'm pathetic and worthless. I can never do anything right. I'm incredibly annoying. Excuse me, who gave you the right to judge yourself like that? I did. Well, that's hardly fair. You're incredibly biased. Well, it's true. I ruin everything I touch and annoy everyone I'm around. That's not what I've noticed. I wonder what makes you such an expert. How would you even know? Sure, we talk sometimes, but you don't actually care about me, do you? You ignore me, spending time with the others. You act like I'm invisible, like you don't even see me. I do see you. I see the way your hair spills over your shoulders, and how you toy with the split ends. I see whenever your eyes peer over the rim of your book. I see that slight smile when you smell a fresh cup of tea. I see how you hold your breath when you start reading intense parts of your story, and the slow sigh that escapes when it's all over. I always see Yuri, and you want to know the biggest thing I've seen? That there's only one person alive who doesn't like you. Oh, and who would that be? You idiot! No one hates you as much as you hate yourself, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's even possible. I just wish you could see that. Idiot. Oh, God. Yuri, that's not what I... She drops her gaze again, her shoulders shaking. Damn it. For fuck's sakes. Can I stop messing things up for 1 fucking second? I take a second to look at Yuri and start to realize she's giggling. You know, you're cute and you're flustered. What? Careful, Max. Your soft side is showing. Yuri continues to giggle, leaving me bewildered. What's happening right now? Yuri suddenly doubles over with laughter, grabbing onto my shoulders for support. It'd be annoying if her smile wasn't so damn bright. After a few moments, her laughter dwindles back to small giggles that she struggles to contain. Your face! What about it? You're blushing. If I wasn't blushing before, I certainly am now. Don't be stupid. You are blushing! Don't try to hide it, Mr. Edgelord. Excuse me, that's Edge Overlord to you. So you do have some humanity hiding in there. I'd certainly like to think so. I knew it. I knew you had a kind heart, Max. I turned to Yuri, looking her directly in the eye. Yuri, tell anyone about this, and I will kill you. What if she's into that? You think you could, you big softy? A half smile paints my face. Keep teasing me and you may just find out. Yuri blinks. Her shoulders sink, and she suddenly looks suddenly downcast. I'm sorry. I don't ever mean to take it too far. I hope you know that. Don't apologize. I was just teasing you back. I know, just teasing can be hurtful if you're not careful. Yuri seems genuinely upset. Let me guess. That's what you and Natsuki were arguing about? She nods. Will we see what she said, or... Ah, no. We're just switching positions here. It's all my fault. I let myself get angry and I took it too far. She really got to me this time. She's my friend. I know that she knows what I'm insecure about, but she teases me anyway. Max listens quietly to every word. My throat feels dry. My gut reaction is to apologize and stop talking, but he is always telling me not to do that, right? I force myself to continue. If he wants me to stop, he'll tell me. Max wouldn't sit around here just to be polite. He's not that kind of person. At least that's what I want to believe. Natsuki's always been my closest friend. Even if we got on each other's nerves sometimes, we always made up in the end. But these days, we just keep fighting. Every day we find something new to argue about. Things were better for a little while yesterday, but I still feel like I'm annoying her more and more no matter what I do. Like I'm always doing something wrong. Once again, hot tears start prickling and seeping from my eyes. I struggle to hold them back, but it's all just too much. I break down, crying my eyes out in front of the boy who means so much to me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm such a mess. I try in vain to physically hold myself together. I feel so empty and numb. I don't even feel my nails stinging into the skin of my forearms. I keep ruining everything, and you're still so patient with me. You're all so patient. I don't deserve any of you. I crumble into a broken mess, losing the last of my strength. I deserve to feel like this. I deserve to be alone. Just me, broken, cold, and alone. Just me. A feeling of warmth pulls me out of my broken slump. Max's arms wrap around me, holding me close. I lean in hesitantly, bury my face in the comfort of his chest. What has the world done to you, Yuri? My tears are dampening with the label of Max's overcoat. I blink my eyes in disbelief of what's happening. Max's arms are protectively wrapped around me. Like magic, his touch fills the empty void that was burning in my chest. I feel safe here, like I never have anywhere else. I'm happy. I'll save this. I'll overwrite the save. Please honor yourself. You are one of the kindest people I have ever met. And you've poured so much care into the world and people around you. But the world is still cruel enough to make you feel this way. The script tightens around me. You don't have to cry anymore, alright? I'll keep you safe. I don't deserve this. You do, Yuri. You just can't see it yet. I tried to say something else, but Max's embrace continues to put me at ease. Maybe I should just stay here. I don't know what the next option of decision would be anyway. I just allow myself to be happy. Just this once. I feel myself returning to the cold reality of the real world here as he slowly lets me go. Feel better? Despite the cold, dreary landscape, just the warmth on my chest. I touch my clavicle, trying to hold it onto the feeling. I know what it is, but I don't know how to say it. I am... Thank you. You give nice hugs. Oh, we have for once a flustered expression of his. Don't mention it. If you are feeling better, though, it might be a good idea to go talk to Natsuki. You two always make up in the end, right? Natsuki. Just the thought of seeing her face makes me feel sick. But if this is what Max wants, you're right. I just need to... Max looks at me questioningly. Prepare yourself emotionally. I meet Max's questioning gaze. Actually, now that he mentions it, the girls' bathroom is just down the hall. Yeah, just some time to calm down and everything. I straighten my skirt as I get up, turning my back to Max. Just let me know if the girls start heading home. I wouldn't want to miss them. He nods. I can do that. I pull open the bathroom door. It looks empty. Most of the students have thankfully left by now. By the way... Yes? Thanks for not trailing off mid-sentence this time. Proud of you, Yuri. The warmth in my chest feels like a burning, bursting flame. Flames burn. Thanks for listening, Max. I fully into the bathroom, making sure the door is shut behind me. I grab onto the bathroom sink, barely able to contain my overflowing emotions. I can't believe that actually happened! I'm so happy! No. No, I'm not happy. It felt great while it lasted. But it didn't last. And now I'm alone again. My veins are pulsing against the skin of my wrist. A great burning sensation is running up my entire forearm. I rub and massage my arms, trying to make the feeling go away. But I don't really want it to. I reach into my overcoat, drawing my long, slender knife from its resting place. I don't want to lose this feeling. I can't lose it. Not now. This feels amazing! Like every rush I've ever felt all at once. But all too quickly it begins to fade. No! Yuri, are you alright? Oh god, no! Mac just stands there, horrified expression on his face. But... this is wrong. Please. Max rushes out of the bathroom, slamming the door behind him. No. No, 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 no! It's not working anymore. Why isn't it working? I tear into my arm, digging my knife through the flesh over and over, but it still isn't working. Please don't leave me like this. Don't leave me with this pain. Without thinking, I hold the knife to my throat before whimpering and loosening my grip. I knew it. It was too good to be true. That feeling of happiness couldn't last. But Max can make it last. I pick up my knife, enjoying a newfound calm. I run my bleeding arm under a nearby tap, watching the blood dilute and swirl into the sink. It's beautiful in its own weird way. Drying my arm as much as I can, I unroll my sleeve. Blood stains the fabric, but that doesn't bother me. No one will be paying attention to me anyway. Besides, I have much more important things to worry about. A few minutes earlier. I'm not sure if I made the right call. Yuri seemed to cheer up, but hugging her may have given her the wrong idea. It was just instinctual. I think... I heard the sound of creaking chairs and shuffling bags from the club room. The girls were preparing to go home. It's still kind of early, but I guess the argument may have killed the atmosphere. I carefully walked to the girls' bathroom, calling through the door. Yuri? They're going home! Yuri? No response. Shit, that sounded bad. Without thinking, I pushed through the door to check on her. Yuri, are you His silhouette changed with that. My mind races, overloading my brain with 1,000 new emotions. I've never felt like this before. I'm seized by Yuri's violet gaze, her stare making my heart race and setting my nerves on edge. It can't be you, but my mind can barely process anything right now. I can barely register anything other than the bloody cuts on Yuri's arm and the look in her eyes. This is wrong. Yuri sends something, but all I hear is a muffled cry. I burst out of the bathroom door, running as far as I can, I need to get out of here.